Welcome to Wednesday writing lesson. We're doing some more poetry today. We've been doing poetry for the last few weeks. Is what we've been focusing on, and it's a great way to play with words and look how the way that writers are artists too, especially poets. Today we're going to be thinking more about poems and poetry, and we're going to be focusing in on onomatopoeia. Have a go at saying that one for me. Onomatopoeia. We're going to investigate 3 poems, and we've got a little activity sheet to do, and you're going to write a short poem with me as well. It's a very short one, so don't panic. We're going to do it together. When you're finished, you're going to share it with your teacher, and I hope you have fun playing with sound words today. So you've written an acrostic poem and you've written a shape poem. Last week we read some poems together, and we're going to warm up today by remembering some of the learning that we've been doing about poetry. Now, the purpose of poetry is to engage and excite the imagination of the reader, to get them thinking, or stir an emotional response, a thinking response within them. And just like an artist uses clay or stone or paint or pencils or anything really, fabric, to create artworks that get us to either think about something or feel something or make some connections, a poet uses words, and they use specific kinds of words. We've had a look at a few of them already, but the structure, the way the poem's written out. Now, your shape poem, the structure of that, or the way it looked on the page, should have been like what you were writing about. So if it was a girl, it would be a picture of a girl, and if it was a dog, it would be in the shape of a dog, and if it was the sun, it would be in the shape of a sun. The rhythm, or the way that the beat in the poem sounds, rhyming words. We've been enjoying Wes doing some rap rhyming with Dr. Zeus works. Sound play and wordplay we're having a look at today, and imagery. Now, the rhythm is sometimes called the meter, and it's the beat of the poem. And the poets use the rhythm, although their words, to create a beat, almost like in music that you could clap to. And in poetry, we call that the meter. We had a look at rhyming words, and that's the end part of the word that's the same. So cat, hat, fat, or they all rhyme. Fit, mit, and sit, they all rhyme. They'll have the it bit on the end. So rhyming looks at the end of the words. On Friday, we had a look at alliteration, and that was looking at the beginning of the words as well and how that can sound. And it's really interesting just how different letters can sound as well. So the letter S has a soft sound, and you can have a sneaky snake slithering. It almost sounds like the snake as well, like it's sliding. But there's hard sounds. Ben's big boot bouncing on the bowl. You can hear that's a bit bouncy sound, and so it kind of goes with what we're talking about. Well, last week we had a look at 3 poems, and you had to look at the context, what the poem was about, the purpose, who it was written for, and the audience, what was the purpose of the poem, and then who it was written for. We had a look at daycare disasters, that poor mum trying to look after all those little kids and the mischief they got up to. My house, and I'm sure at the moment, not having seen many people lately, that you can really understand wanting to go to someone's house to play and also wanting to have someone to your house to play. And we had a look at the nighttime too, because in the dark, your imagination can run wild. And I think that's the point of this story. Mum and Dad knowing your imagination's going crazy in the dark.